Yesterday, Blizzard had their big 30 years of Diablo anniversary stream, and this stream shared information regarding Diablo 4, Diablo Immortal, and even Diablo 2. What I want to do here with you guys today is feature in on everything that was mentioned regarding Diablo Immortal specifically, and there was a lot, or was there? I'll be sharing with you guys the gift code as well as the roadmap so that you can see exactly what we have to look forward to for the game over the upcoming 2026 year. So let's start out right here with the new class. This was probably the big announcement, and it was actually bigger than many thought. Now, we heard rumor and we had leaks that the Warlock was coming to Diablo Immortal. Then we had leaks that it was coming to Diablo 4 as well, but at the end of the day, it's actually even coming to Diablo 2 Resurrected, and it's even there already. This new DLC is available to play right now, and for all of you, I do have a DLC code to give away to you guys. I have unlocked Diablo 2 Resurrected, the new patch that brings us this new Warlock class, Reign of the Warlock, and for one person that's lucky enough to be the winner, just like we did our BlizzCon tickets last week, just let me know in the comments section below, say I'm in, and I will put you in the running for the new DLC of the Warlock. I'll be choosing my winner in just 24 hours, so you guys can dive in very quickly. So if you want to be involved, throw I'm in the comments section below. It's just a DLC code. You will need to have the base game to be able to participate. But I really thought that this was cool that they were doing this one class for all of the 3 Diablo games that are really being focused on for development right now. What does that mean for Diablo 3? It's basically dead. Now, I know you guys really want to know this, so let's dive right into the gift code. The gift code is Eastgate. All you need to go is to go to diabloimmortal.com/redeem, or you can go in game, hit the triple dots, go to the settings menu, go to account, and go to redeem from there. This is going to give you some really good rewards. 10 legendary crests, 3 of each normal gem type, a piece of legendary gear, and I think it was 50,000 gold as well. So really nice reward that we have here for the 3.5 years of Diablo Immortal, and for the 30 years of Diablo altogether. Also keep in mind, this is something that I did not mention to you guys, that the new class for Diablo Immortal is coming in June of 2026. And all of the information that we got about this new class is fairly early. But you probably want to take a look. And really there wasn't a lot of gameplay, but we did have a cinematic trailer that was put together for both the new Warlock, well, I shouldn't say both the new Warlock, the Warlock in all 3 of the Diablo games. Cool thing is, Blizzard only needed to make one trailer for all 3 of their games. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play it here in the background and you guys can get an idea of it. And then at the end of the video, I'll play it in full with volume on as well, so you can get the whole cinematic experience. Because like we know from any Blizzard trailer, they're pretty epic and exciting. This one is exactly the same. So let me tell you a little bit about this class. It's essentially an evil wizard. It has skills that you'll know from a wizard where you can wield your spells and things like that, but it also has skills of a necromancer where you can summon up to 3 different demonic beasts to fight alongside of you. And no, these aren't friendly things. These are evil creatures that are coming to fight alongside of you. This Warlock is definitely a dark character, one that is not like a crusader with the light, but it is on that pathway of the dark. You have Blizzard looks at new classes as the light, the ones in the middle, and then the evil and the dark. As you can see, this Warlock is not a light character, definitely dark from the evil lands. And I like it a lot. It kind of reminds me of a summoner class that we had in Diablo 4. It's one that I was playing where you have the ability to, do wizard-like things and do necromancer type things. They kind of come together and give you that full experience. And I know you wish you could hear it right now. We'll get that at the end of the video because, as I mentioned, the trailer is actually insane. Something else that I did, by the way, I want to fill you in. I did a subathon in the live stream yesterday, and I said if we get 25 new subscribers during the stream, I would stream again tomorrow. Well, we reached that goal, and today is that tomorrow. So I'm going to actually be going live at 10 a.m. Eastern time. We're going to be doing two things on that stream. For an hour, we'll be grinding towards 1,300 Paragon in Diablo Immortal. And then for the second hour, I'm actually going to dive into and play the Warlock on Diablo 2 Resurrected. Now, I am not a massive Diablo 2 Resurrected player, but we're going to definitely give it a go. I hope to see you guys there. So now that you guys have the code, let's take a look at this roadmap. Now, I've been on the Immortal podcast, and tomorrow we should have another Immortal podcast for you where myself and Indez and possibly another guest come on and talk about the roadmap and how this entire event went. But in a nutshell, we saw a lot of what we were always and kind of expecting, right? So the Warlock is a very cool class. It's pretty freaking awesome if you ask me, and I will definitely be class changing to it and trying it out. It's going to be coming to us in June, as we can see on the roadmap right here. But we knew we were getting a new class. We also knew we were getting a new zone and a new campaign and a new storyline. So does this roadmap show us anything outside of what we already knew? This is the Nation in Agony. Well, let's take a little bit of a deeper look and start with the starting of the year. January through March, we have a new quest, Battleground Overhaul. The question here is the Battleground Overhaul the new mode that just dropped inside of the game right now where it's a normal mode but you get little buffs? I hope not, because if it is, it really wasn't anything huge. But if you do look at the timeline, that is right along lines of January through March. That very well could have been what they're talking about. A new subzone, new PvP competition, which is essentially going to be the Bout of Realms, I believe, and a new subzone boss. We also have the Lunar New Year and Valentine's Day events potentially coming to the game. I'm not sure what the Valentine's Day events are going to be. April through June, we have Bloodied Jewel. New quest, new gear. I anticipate that the new gear is going to be the new Ancient Legendary gear, potentially a shoulder piece, because we did hear in the past that there will be Ancient Legendary gear for all different parts of your character, but you could only wear two at a time. So I'm assuming it's going to be a new piece of that. New Reliquary bosses, new endgame PvE challenge. Now that's exciting. New PvE challenge. What could that be? I really don't know, but I'm looking forward to seeing what that might end up being, because I think a lot of us are ready for something new in PvE. And I'm not just talking about new Reliquary bosses. I'm talking about something completely new inside of PvE. And I'm sure we'll get some information about that sooner than later, and hopefully be able to get that out to all of you. We have the Lut-Golin subzones. Or Lut-Golin. This is a zone that I believe was in previous Diablo games, and it's coming to us here in Diablo Immortal. Looking forward to that. Obviously, a new zone is cool with a new zone event. We have a crossover event also, which is kind of nice. I was talking about it yesterday, saying that the best crossover that we ever had was the one, I'm blanking on its name right now. Yes, here it is. It was Berserk. I love this collab the best because it brought me into an IP that I wasn't aware of. I didn't know the Berserk anime, so me as a consumer, I learned about something really new, and I was excited about something different coming to Diablo Immortal. Not that I didn't like the Hearthstone or the World of Warcraft collabs, because I did, but bringing in an IP that wasn't a Blizzard IP, I thought was really cool. So hopefully they bring in something with their next collab that is going to not be a Blizzard IP. That said, could it be something like StarCraft? I just don't know. The new class, the Warlock, as well. Previously, we were taken out, we being content creators and some of the bigger players inside of the community were brought out to Blizzard HQ to test out the previous class, which was the Druid. And we got to give a ton of feedback, play it for multiple days. It was actually a great opportunity. I loved it and appreciate it every single time. Hopefully, similar happens right here for the Warlock, and some of us are able to go and test out this new class and report back to you guys. But then we get over here to July through September, and things get a little bit more secretive. We have a summer festival, a new quest, a new subzone. Nothing new there that we haven't already known. October through December, Rule in Flames, new subzones, Heliquary bosses, new quest, and new winter event. So as you're seeing right here, there's really nothing on here that we didn't already anticipate, except for the new endgame PvE challenge. Not sure what that is, but that is something that's exciting. I know a lot of players were looking to hopefully be able to get a new dungeon. Who knows if that's ever in the works or if that's going to be coming or not. Maybe that's a new endgame challenge. I honestly don't know. But that's probably the only thing on this list that we weren't already anticipating. Not to say things aren't new, but I think that every year, what we can very comfortably expect from Diablo Immortal is a brand new class, which we could anticipate is going to now be similar to what we're seeing in other Diablo games as well, and a new zone with new story that comes along with that zone. I think those things are going to be the regular, and of course, new Heliquary bosses and new gems and all of that stuff, new cosmetics, crossovers as well. But like new content outside of a new character class and a new campaign, I really just don't think so. But as Indez and I were talking about, an expansion of PvE content is very welcome, and that's stuff that we are hoping for in the future. Hopefully this new endgame PvE challenge fits that, and maybe we get something along those lines. Now, I do have a few images here. This is one of the beasts that you can kind of ride, and also it like devours souls. This is a Warlock. One of the things that the Warlock can spawn. Seems really cool. I don't know a ton of details on it yet. Let's listen in on a quick clip right here where Ryan Quinn is explaining a little bit about this new class.
She's not hiding her powers away. She's daring you to challenge her.
We built the Warlock for our players who love hovering on that very thin line between hero and villain. When it comes to power, the Warlock practices the ancient art of the Vizirai, magic so dark it was buried beneath Sanctuary long ago. In Immortal, that legacy lives on. She can open portals to hell, summon demonic weapons from the Hellforged, and of course, command demons. At the heart of her arsenal is the Soul Gorger, a beast powered by devouring other demons and absorbing their traits. We've designed a monstrous maw that stretches from its mouth all the way to its stomach. So when it consumes, it's a full body transformation. And her mastery of brutal powers doesn't just stop there. In her main hand, it's a demon head, not just a scalp, a literal freaking demon skull. In her offhand, a sacrificial blade. These unique weapons fuel multiple skills, spewing fire, slashing holes in reality, and summoning and chaining demons.
Alongside the Warlock, we're also releasing a dedicated origin quest.
Okay, so that was the detail that I really wanted to focus on regarding the new class, because I honestly think that it's going to be a pretty epic class in itself. With the blade is cool, but having an actual head as the primary weapon is just about as dark as it gets. That's really all the detail we got on the new class, and I want to just give you a snippet of those details. The rest is the origin quest, the lands, and everything else that we looked at on the roadmap. Now, although we're not getting anything that surprised us and said, oh my God, this is something we weren't expecting, I'm still excited for 2026 with Diablo Immortal. I'm hoping for more PvE type activities and of course growth and expansion of PvP inside of the game outside of what we're normally used to seeing. But I mean, the new class alone is quite exciting. Now, remember guys, I'm going to be going live at 10 a.m. just about an hour or two from the time you're watching this video. Make sure you subscribe so that when I go live, you don't miss it. But I did want to leave all of you with the full trailer of the new class. And keep in mind, this was a trailer across Diablo 2 Resurrected, Diablo 4, and Diablo Immortal because they are all sharing this brand new class. And let's be honest, it's not the same in every game. It plays a bit differently in all of them, and their skills are different in all of the games, which I actually think is quite cool, giving you reason to try the new class in multiple different games. Also remember, I am offering a giveaway for the Diablo 2 Resurrected code to try out the new Warlock literally today. If you want to be a part of that giveaway, just throw in "I'm in the comment section below, and I'll know that you want to be a part of it. Now, as we close out, let's watch this full 2-minute trailer so you can see just how epic this new class is going to be.
How can knowledge be evil if it saves a soul? Should a king tell us how to fight? The church, they uphold the light while we die in the shadows. I denounce the light. I now seek power in the primal, salvation in unholy scripture.
I am a heretic. I break the bones of the damned, build altars of blood to call the darkness.
I have walked amongst demons, found strength in shadow, kinship and madness. Damn the light! I will suffer my own path. I will learn the foul ways of a forbidden tongue. To bind them as a tool of my vengeance. Branda's traitor, outlaw, warlock.
Let them hang us for what we've done.
But when darkness comes for us, it will see hell screaming back.